Hi, it's Maria here. It is Saturday, the 29th of June, and yeah, I woke up in a really strange humour. Woke up actually feeling really, really cross. Um, but I'll get to that in a minute because I'm dealing with it, and it's an important trigger to help me to move into a different place. So maybe there's some wisdom that I can share with you from what I'm going through at the moment that might help you as well. But first, let's see what happened since Wednesday, because after I shared the video on Wednesday, I went and I cleaned out the boiler house. It's still Wednesday, the 26th of June, and video 23 is uploading at the moment. But typical me, once I get started at something, I just have to get it done. So I finally eaten my breakfast, which turned out to be my dinner, and I am going to now clear this whole space along here, give it a good sweeping, and sweep out my boiler house. Yeah, and clear along the path, I think, while respecting the wildlife that's grown back. And I'm going to try and get some of those tools back and put them in the boiler house as well. So that's my next task now. And there's the proof I stuck behind the bags. I even cleaned the top of the boiler and along that piece of conduit there, I think is what you call it. Yeah, so this is feeling better, but I'm also thinking, wow, if your boiler is like your heart, then any of the old toxic stuff that I've been holding in my heart from the past, and a lot of that paint is there for 12, 13 years, so there was a lot of hard stuff I had to deal with in those times. And so hopefully now that it's physically out of my space, every last remnant of how it's been in my mind and in my cells will now also be, it'll also be dissolved and gone, and there'll just be forgiveness and healing for everybody involved. Well, that's a good start. Yeah, and as they say in Irish, too small, Latin hebra. A good start is half the work. So yeah, I'm gonna start sweeping around here now. I also had a good start. I've cleaned out behind that big cylinder, which I hope to reconnect when I do a bit more work on the house, because it's better gas to have working for the winter than the flow gas there that freezes, unfortunately. Can you hear the birds song? So I've got my big thick boots on and a summer's dress, because yeah, I'm going to need my walking boots to get in here where I want to take back out the tools. So I'm just walking very gently through here. I'm hoping I don't meet any rats, but I'm really terrified of rats. And I don't want to be creating a haven for them. That's one of my biggest problems with doing this, is that I could be creating a haven for rats. And that is definitely not the plan. So here is the wild part I've been pointing over to, and here are my tools that I'm going to now recover from here, and my garden chair. And I've seen birds just over here a minute ago flying over and back, so yep, time to go. This is all a brand new shovel, but it's all, the handle is all slimy. I'm going to have to take this off over here and leave it out. It's really slimy. I'm going to take it off and let it dry out. And I have a few more. Ugh, icky. That feels horrible. I don't mind. I don't get contaminated with something. So yeah. So here's 2 more handles. These have been sitting out here for a couple of years at this stage. Okay, so garden fork and a rails and a spade. So don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. And I finally recovered my shovel now. That was really slimy and grotty, and I've given it a first wash off with some water with my hands. I'm going to wash my hands now, but you can see there's even like there, you can see there's some sort of lichen or something growing along the top, and there's other yolks as well. So anyway, I'm going to leave that in the sun for now, for the sun to start to work on it, and have a go at it again tomorrow. So I actually put that horrible, disgusting cover that was on the shovel. I threw it over the side gate so I wouldn't have to carry it too far. And the other thing I have here is old mat from outside my back door, and I'm going to throw them away. But there's an interesting story to tell you about throwing things away as well, and it's something that Kathy Scott mentioned when she was introducing Mary Reynolds at the Solstice event. And Kathy is the amazing woman behind Trailblazery and loads of other initiatives, and she was the main woman for the Solstice event that I went to. And as Kathy explained to us, once she said to a friend once, I'm going to throw it away, and her friend said, where is away? And the fact is, there is no away. And so it feels bad on some level now, getting rid of that mat, but I also feel it needs to go. So I'm just getting to the stage where I'm going to be more conscious about what I'm buying, and is it part of our sustainable world. The other thing that's really coming into my head is, I'm walking back through to my hall door again now. The other thing that's really in my head is, all that's really changed in that space in my garden now today is, okay, so I've cleared the boiler house, but in terms of actually that space with those other two guas, where the chair is, all that's really changed is really my attitude, and I've moved 3 tools. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens, because I've been making that space wrong. I've been judging myself about that space, and now that I'm looking at it with new eyes, I'm just going to go back out here and have a look at it again. But now that I'm looking at it with new eyes, I'm going, wow, this is an arc, and this is good, and this is me actually doing something good. And I can see bees out there, plenty of bees flying around actually just as I'm looking. And there's birds and loads of bird activity as well. Next door neighbour's dog isn't too happy with me talking here. But yeah, so it's like my attitude to this has changed. It's not just that this felt right to me, but now it feels right in the context of what's going on in the world, and therefore I'm not judging myself as bad or lazy or all the other things I've been telling myself I am, because I've allowed this to go wild. So it'll be really interesting to see now how those areas of my life start to change, even though I haven't yet identified, because I don't have my compass readings, I haven't identified yet what those areas actually are. But let's watch the spot and see what's going to happen next. It's Thursday, 27th of June. The rose is out in full bloom. Don't see a second out yet, but it looks good. And in other news, Carl has just been here and he's just cut the grass for me. So I now have a lawn again-ish. Yeah, and where I filled in those holes last week, actually not looking too bad at all. So yeah, what I'm going to do now, I've got my secateurs in my hand, and I am going to prune back this willow. So yeah, here goes. Time to create a few new boundaries here. And here's what I just cut now, and it's looking a lot tidier. So it's time for the dustpan and the brush to clear this up now. And yeah, that looks good. I've reclaimed some of my boundaries, but I've still left it wild for the wildlife. Job done. And that feels good actually. Yeah, so let the wild side be wild. I'm really pleased with the way this is starting to patch in for me. It'll all be fine. It's Friday the 28th of June, and I'm just sitting here with my first coffee of the day. And you see here I've actually got an affirmation for having the right outfit and footwear so that I look and feel amazing at the party I'm going to tomorrow night. So that's the kind of thing I write for myself. It works out. But this just came into my head, and I'm not sure it's really an affirmation. It's more like a message, and it's like, it's like just keep following the nudges. So I just keep following my nudges, and the big money will be here when I'm ready. So I just thought, okay, I need to capture that. I need to write it down here now, today for myself, because it's ironing out something that's going on in my head. It's a bit of conflict I have to do with, on the one level, knowing and doubting there's some big money on the way in for me, and also knowing and doubting I've got to work hard and build my audience and do my lots and lots and lots of put in lots and lots of hours of work to make my money. So yeah, this actually irons out quite a bit. And then yesterday, which was Friday the 28th, when I got up, I had this, pardon the pun, because you'll see what I mean in a minute, burning ambition to get rid of something from my bedroom. It's Friday, the 28th of June, and I woke up this morning knowing that this, which was a joke present for my 50th, is actually part of what's under me when I sleep, because I put it in addition to the board that's under my bed, under my mattress, when my back was really, really bad back in 2016. And do you know, I know it's there and I know what it says and I know it's very funny. But you know, this is not the kind of vibe I need, especially not in my bedroom, because I don't want six men. I just want to find the one right man, or I want him to find me. So it's time for this to go, and it's never even been taken out of its wrapper. But it's still got the plastic on it. But I'm actually going to burn it. Boom, because it's just landed on the ground now. I'm going to burn it now because, yeah, I want this vibe to be gone. So I just actually put it down and I snapped it apart with my feet on the edge of the fireplace. So I have three boards now and I'm going to burn this. I know it's roasting outside. I don't care. This has got to go. This is not a vibe I want anymore, and I know I have to clear it. So the fire's on. It smells really toxic. It's MDF and it's probably really bad for the environment to be burning this. It's probably really bad for the environment it was even made in the first place. So anyway, I just know I need this vibe to be gone. Um, yeah, because yeah, it's time for change. It's time for everything in my space to align with my truth and what's right for me. I'm actually getting a headache from the fumes from this. No idea why I feel the need to keep videoing this, but it feels really good. It's nearly gone. There's just two interesting things to share with you about burning that board. You know, I've referred during 321 Focus to the amazing Japanese scientist Mazuro Emoto, who wrote the book The Hidden Messages in Water, which I've tried to find here, but I must have lent it to somebody. So if anybody out there watching these videos has books that when you open it up has my name and my phone number on it, I'd be really grateful to get those books back, because I'm loving the fact that a lot of the things that I've borrowed to people or loaned to people are now on their way back to me. So apart from that, so what's interesting is Emoto talks about how water um, picks up all the vibrations of what's going on around, and I certainly would have experienced that when I visited Auschwitz many years ago, as I know many other people have as well. I mean, I suppose it's so extreme there, you can actually still feel the shock in the earth and in the whole space. But likewise, you know, our bodies are mostly made of water, and therefore the words that have been on that board have been actually, that whole vibe has been going into my body now, which is very naive of me. I knew this stuff when I put that board in there, back in so it's under my mattress since May of 2016, when I had really bad sciatica. So for more than 3 years at this stage, and I mean, I have positively used the Emoto information with the tank for the water, that tap that's dripping down in my classroom, on the cylinder underneath that with the reverse osmosis. I've written down wealth, health, love, loads of good messages, so that when my clients come for class, and in fact it's the water that I use myself, that all those good intentions are in the water. So that's what's going into our cells. So isn't it a bit silly that on one level, I knew that that board was not good. I didn't want it in my space. I therefore hid it. But of all places, I hid it right underneath my body, where I spend between 6 and 8 hours every single day. So I'm so, so, so glad that that's gone. So very interestingly, then when that was all burnt and gone, my good friend Enika came for a site visit, and no way, we didn't actually do anything on camera because when she arrived, first of all, I actually had a full head of henna, and I had a plastic Superwoman cape on me from the hairdressers and a plastic bag on my head. So no, we didn't do that. Then I washed my hair out. So we didn't do any video together yesterday, but Enika actually brought me a present. So here's the lovely blue butterfly I've had since December of last year, that featured on my stand at the Dublin Mind Body show. And yesterday I was given a present of this fabulous butterfly so that I'd have a pair again. So Enika, my friend, was here and she brought me this butterfly. So I've put the two of them together like this now because that feels right. So now I'm looking at my two tulips, my two butterflies. I've got my two hearts here as well because this is actually again, I was given this one here at a holistic fair in Tullamore. So it's rose, desert rose, and it's also a heart with my big rose quartz heart. So those two are there. And then this actually here I found outside on the path the other day after I had thrown what did I just put in the bin? I just put something in the bin and I found this on the ground, and it is some sort of crystal. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to ask my friends Mary and Samantha what it is. So look, that's the way my window looks now. So everything is in twos. Okay, I have my lovely Buddha here that I bought in Thailand. He's not in twos, and I've got this stone here that I picked up as well. I suppose that's in twos. There's two of those together as well, and then I've got Klimps, the kiss there as well. So yeah, this is feeling good. So doesn't it feel really right now that I have the two butterflies together and the two tulips? And in some ways I should be focusing on the fact that I wanted a second butterfly and it has turned up, instead of what I'm really focusing on at the moment. So what's been going on for me is Enika also helped me, sorry, just to jump back, Enika also helped me yesterday. We tried to put in, here on the floor plan, we tried to put in all the directions, and we did it twice and we still can't get it to work out because of, I don't know, I think it's just the angle my house is at, but I'm really frustrated with that because I can't work out what I'm supposed to do in what room, which really isn't helping me. But I ended up just getting angry today, and I really don't get angry. I suppose we weren't really allowed to be angry as kids. I think that happened in a lot of houses. But I got up and I was feeling really frustrated. It was like PMT, but I'm past that stage in my life now. So I just felt all this pent up anger. So I wrote down for myself, here, glasses on now, what is really going on. And I knew it was all to do with money. But money is actually just a symptom. It's actually triggering really, really old stuff. Because now, of course, having had Enika here yesterday, and I have a list of the next things that I have to go and get sorted out somewhere here, because this is really annoying me as well. So yeah, so I know exactly what I need to do next. So now I have to go and get some, we have to put more stones in, styrofoam has to go in, the concrete has to go in, etc. So now, it's time for the money to start manifesting because I need to get this sorted. And it's just not happening. But I have to remember the car, and I have to remember the butterfly, and I have to remember all the other magic that is going on around me, and keep following my nudges because I put my courses out there. I'm available to do my work. So who knows what it is that's meant to happen. But I didn't expect a phone call to be offered a car a few weeks ago. So who knows what is going to happen. But the money thing was really interesting. And I know I said I'm going to put together a challenge, a Money Matters challenge. But I just don't feel like doing it. And it's like, you know what, that's okay. Look after yourself first, clear your own stuff, and then you'll work it out. But what I wrote down here, and this is deeply personal for me, is that money is my way of excluding and isolating myself. Money is my way of making myself feel I don't belong, I don't fit in, and I'm a pretender. And money is my way of keeping me small. And, it's also my way that I haven't written down here of controlling myself, control. And like, these are really, these feelings are all things I've been feeling since I was a tiny, tiny child. So I then went and that system I have for releasing this, I release my need to need the root cause of being addicted to using money to perpetuate old patterns and our old feelings of exclusion, isolation, unworthiness, powerlessness, frustration, oppression, depression, resentment, injustice, despair, entanglement, imprisonment, entrapment, invisibility, unfairness, not belonging, being unwanted, being unsupported, being under slash unresourced, feeling I can't do what I want to do, and or what I know I need to do. And then the rest of that thing is, and all associated emotions and their knock-on effects and consequences and their associated emotions. So that's a system that I've shared during the 3-2-1 focus. And again, I've shared those links, I think, before in the video a while ago. I'll stick them in again for you now if you want to go and work through some of your emotions like that. So I'm starting to feel a little bit better now. The other thing is, and maybe this is also what's triggering me, this is my last mug of coffee. As in, I've signed up for the summer shape up with Nicola Flood, the Queen of Health. And it starts on Monday, and I noticed that I was actually down to the very end of my coffee. So this is my first cup of coffee. I haven't had any coffee today. Maybe coffee takes the edge off on me as well. But I did get up this morning and I was good. I had my matcha tea and I had my breakfast. Because I'm going, no, if I want to really do this, I've got to commit to doing it now and get started before our start date on Monday. So that does feel good. So, but this is now, oh, that's good, right? That feels a little bit better now. That's what I do to soothe myself, you see. It's not actually good for me at all. The other really interesting thing that happened and also triggered money stuff was I got a bill yesterday that was much bigger than I expected. And the extra was 55 euros and 89 cents. And the 55 was always assigned from my dad. And I was going 89. That was weird because then the bill got reduced. When I questioned it, I was given a credit note for 45, which is my old house in Dublin. And then suddenly it was 10.89. I was going 10.89, so 89. And then I realised as well, when I went back to about the GWAS, when I went to page 89 here, the information that I was looking for all along about how to draw the floor plan in was actually in the book on page 89. So there's something from 89 that I'm not seeing clearly that I need to sort out. And I know 89, as in 1989, was when I got married. I had really bad sinus infection. I was really ill. I conceived my second daughter. I had a very bad car crash with the juggernaut. I'm lucky to be alive. We're all lucky to be alive. So, yeah, there's something there that I need to see. And I suppose the universe is trying to give me a lot of clues. And I'm probably a bit frustrated with myself because, these things, this is what I've written down here earlier on in my journal. Like, this is stuff I've dealt with before. And it's really frustrating when you know the pattern and you know it's happening again and you know the money's only a symptom and this is really the issue and you still haven't cleared it. So I know last week I referred to this book, The Game of Life, and how to play it, as far as I know is what it's called. But this actually is what I call my Bible, and this is the 4 books of Florence Scovel, but it turned out actually she had 5. I have the 5th one as well. But interestingly, I decided to grab this because I used to always keep this beside my bed. And I grabbed it the other night and I said, okay, what is the message I need? And I opened it up at page 151. But interestingly, on page 151, I had written in myself on the 8th of December 2011, I had written in, I see clearly the fulfillment of the divine plan. And that's an affirmation that I was given when I was reading the book again. And I put it in there because I have a lot of things underlined in here that I often go, okay, flick the book and get the message highlighted for me. So this is what I need to focus on. This is really, really, really what I need to focus on. I need to stop focusing on all the things that aren't going right, and I need to really focus on the things that are. Because, if I allow myself to spin back into the old thinking, then I'm going to create the old results, and that's Einstein's definition of stupidity, as we know, is continuing to do, I'm only paraphrasing now, but continuing to do the same things and expecting a different outcome. So I need to be really, really, really disciplined now going forward. And, having had put about half that mug of coffee at this stage. I don't know if it's psychological or not, but I'm actually beginning to feel quite a lot better in myself. So yeah. So my challenge for you actually now, if you want to take it up, is go and write that question down for yourself. What is really going on? And write down the answer and then do whatever it is you need to clear it. Um, and maybe don't be like me and hold on to things like that board that I knew was a bad vibe from the first day I got it. Um, I was afraid to get rid of it. I felt bad. I felt it was wrong for me to get rid of a gift that's something that was given to me, when in fact it wasn't doing me any good at all. So yeah, look, that's it for me for today. It's time to do some more stones. It's yeah, it's about 2 in the afternoon. It's beautiful here. Time to do more stones. Time to take more action. I'm really feeling an awful lot better now, and I suppose the part of what's good to realize as well is that if as a parent you let your child have a little tantrum, they release the emotion and they feel much better. It all passes. But we, a lot of us, have been taught to stuff all our emotions down, and it's when you stuff your emotions down and you don't allow yourself to feel it, well, that's when you start to get depressed, and when you start to need other things like, say, coffee or alcohol or whatever it is to soothe yourself. So I'm glad I've actually yeah, I feel like I've worked through my anger and my frustration now, and I've got to remember to see clearly the fulfillment of the divine plan, because that's what it's all about. So look forward to seeing you in another video again soon. Take care. Bye.